Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. In today's video, I'm at my dad's house and we are taking a look at this river birch that is right behind me. So quick backstory, we planted this tree back in 2019, so it's been in the ground for like 4 or 5-ish years. It has grown immensely. It was probably about maybe 5-6 feet when we planted it. Now I would say it is nearing 20 feet. It's probably gotten 10 times the size of when we planted it. It's doing really well in this spot, but we need to do some major pruning. It's a little early in the season to be doing some pruning, but we're just gonna take care of it now because we have time now before I go back to school. But we are going to be limbing this tree up. We already did it once or twice since we've planted this tree, but some of the branches have gotten so long that they're almost touching the ground. So taking a look from the backyard, you can see the trellis here leading into the backyard with the honeysuckles on it. And some of these branches you can see are just about touching the ground. They're also growing into these couple of arborvitaes right here. We're going to be doing some pruning on these arborvitaes this year as well. But for right now, we definitely need to take care of this river birch. And this is the view from the front. Now, my dad is working on some projects with wood, and this is just the only spot that he has since we don't have a garage here yet. But this is all gonna stay here for right now. We have some Carl Forster grasses, and you can just see that the branches are growing into them. They're kind of taking over this spot. And then the branches are actually growing pretty close to our neighbor's house. So we're gonna be limbing up several feet of this today. We may have to take out 1 or 2 larger branches, but let me show you the inside. Yeah, another quick view from this side. You can see just how low some of these branches are hanging. So we want to keep a lot of this upper growth that's a good like 5-6 feet up, but just all this lower stuff is what we have to cut back. Here is the gorgeous trunk of this tree, and you can't even see it from any angle because the branches are everywhere going down to the ground. There's some smaller branches here. There's also this really big branch. You can kind of see it in the background. So we may need to get rid of this branch here. I'm not sure. We will decide, but I will show you what we get rid of in the end. Okay, so we did what we have to do. It doesn't look the prettiest right now, but I can promise you it's going to improve. So this is what the tree looks like now. Little funky looking. This is exactly what it looked like the last time we pruned it. So I know that the growth on the tree is a little bit disproportionate to the trunk, but by this time next year, it's going to look totally different than it does. We just got to get used to the look of this too. It'll look less palm tree-ish and a little bit more like a regular birch once it starts to put out more growth. The main thing I just wanted to mention is that there's 2 very large branches that we decided to take out. You can already see kind of the scars from them here, and we did take out a lot of growth. Maybe this wasn't the best amount to take out. It was kind of excessive for what we did, but this is the time we had to do it, and the tree will be fine. We took out these 2 branches because they were growing right over the driveway here, and I just wanted to make sure that there was no chance of a tree branch falling and hitting a car. Just getting another angle from this side, you can see what that looks like, much better than it was beforehand. And then here's the view from this back corner right by where this trellis is. The arborvitaes can breathe a lot more. We got rid of any branches growing into them. There actually were some branches growing into this hinoki cypress and the trellis and honeysuckle, so those are all limbed up, and it definitely just gives a lot more breathing room for this entire area. We also went ahead and cut a couple of branches on this forest pansy redbud. There was two that were really small or like really low to the ground on this, and you couldn't even really see the trunk. So now it actually looks more like a tree. And then there were a couple branches that were growing right into this limelight hydrangea. So we wanted to separate things a little bit. This will continue to grow, develop more of a canopy, and that trunk will thicken up quite a bit as well. But it does just help to clean this up. We may limb up like maybe this branch in the future and a couple of others as this continues to grow, but this tree is a year younger than the birch tree and generally grows slower. So that's all we took care of for right now. And you can see what's left is this beautiful cinnamon brown bark. It's actually quite a bright orange. And the one thing I just will mention is that there were those two branches there, so it does make this branch curve a little bit. But as this tree thickens up, it'll still have that curve to it, but it'll be a little bit less pronounced in time. But at the very least now, I'm able to walk underneath this tree. I'm right next to the base of it here. So you can easily walk underneath it, cut the grass, look at the other plants, all that good stuff. And that was the main goal for taking care of this birch tree. So it'll proportion itself better in the next couple of years, and this tree will get big in time. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Soon we're going to be trimming up these arborvitaes as well. So stay tuned for that video. It's going to be the first time that we're trimming these arborvitaes as well. But things are really starting to shape up here. It's definitely starting to fill in. Things are getting more mature. And there's some really beautiful views from this garden. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And I will see you in the next video.